This video is a brief but useful introduction to the mapping software called ArcGIS Online, which we'll be using for one of the labs in this semester. And I will also be bringing up this topic in lecture, presenting it as a tool that's useful in the analysis and management of natural disasters. ArcGIS Online is called a geographic information system. It is a computer-based mapping system and has some very substantial capabilities. Let me show you the operations that you need to know how to do in order to use this software. You may find some of these to be fairly obvious if you've worked with Google Earth, Google Maps, or any other public consumption type mapping system or GIS system. And some of these will not be as clear. They'll be concepts that don't, or techniques that don't actually appear in public consumption type mapping systems. So how did I get to this location? ArcGIS Online is a web-based mapping tool, which means all you need to use it is an internet browser. There's no software to be installed. Data sets live in the cloud, so it's very convenient in that way. The pathway to any particular map is a web address. Just like as in a YouTube video, many of these addresses are long strings of numbers and letters which identify a particular map or video or song or whatever. This address is part of the lab exercise that gets distributed on Angel. So, and thanks to the wonder of cut and paste, it's easy to access this address. You don't have to copy it and type it. So entering this, we see that it is a map, as you're perhaps used to. First technique or thing to know how to do is moving around the map. And we have zoom in, zoom out, go back to the home view, or pan around, which I do by clicking on the map, holding down the left mouse button and dragging around to move around to various points in the map. So moving or navigating around the map and zooming in and zooming out is one of the basic methodologies. This map is set up to give different views and to look different depending on how zoomed in you happen to be. Some items on the map would be not useful if viewed at a world scale. They'd be too small to see. Some things would be too crowded. So the map view changes as you zoom in, and that's not something that you have to do. That's something that the map creator has decided upon and put together for you. So this is the first map that's associated with the lab exercise, and it does have and what I've just done is I've shown you that there is a pair of buttons on the left side of the map window. One of them shows the various map layers or data sets, map data sets that are available, and the other button shows those map layers which are visible and have a legend available for you. Something that you may not have experienced before in a mapping environment is the fact that you can turn on or turn off various map layers, such as the railroads that exist. In order to do that, one needs to click to the Contents button and see all of the different available map data sets. And if the checkbox is checked, one can see all of the features in a particular data set, such as airports, the agricultural uses, the different types of crops, etc., that are grown, lake areas, which are limited, the countries themselves of Central America, since we're focusing on Hurricane Mitch, which was the worst natural disaster in the modern history of Central America. We're going to focus on that for this example. Other data sets that are available are precipitation, which shows the average precipitation. And once that layer is turned on and is visible, then switching over to the legend allows us to interpret the colors on the particular map. In this case, one can see from the view that there is some tremendous differences in the amount of rainfall that occurs in this relatively small area, Central America, ranging from only 1,000 millimeters, or some on the order of 30 inches of rain, up to more like 5,000 millimeters, which is 150 inches of rain. So in relatively short distances, there's really big differences in the amount of average annual rainfall. And one of the questions on your homework assignment, lab assignment, is around you exploring this map tool by noting what the different rainfall regimes, we call them, are around the various parts of Central America. It also, some of the other questions that are asked is what's the extent of railroads, where do they happen to be, what are some of the populated places. It's also possible to, for any viewable layer, to click on, that's a strange populated place right there. I'm going to assume that's an island and not a mistake. But you can click on any of the features in a visible layer and discover what that area is named, and something about it, and the country as well. So part of this exercise is to explore the people, the geography, the natural and human geography of Central America, and that is done by turning on or turning off various layers and viewing them, looking at legends, capitals, populated places, or national capitals, populated places, etc. One other thing to mention about this particular piece of software is the fact that it becomes possible to compare multiple layers and see the physical relationship between things, what things are happening in the same place, what events, populations, characteristics seem to correlate spatially with other things that happen. So we could begin using a map like this to ask questions such as how does the precipitation and the agricultural uses of the area correlate with each other? Is there a difference in what crops and what the land uses are depending upon the precipitation regime? The answer is obviously yes, but that would be getting into that analysis is more than the 8 or 10 minute target of this video. I will have a second video short to add to this, will be added along with this, that has to do with the specific data sets that you will use to study Hurricane Mitch and answer another series of questions about where the path of Hurricane Mitch was, who it affected, why it was so damaging, etc. This video is just a brief introduction to how to turn layers on and off and how to navigate around a map.